The first two gaming systems I ever played were the PlayStation Portable and the Nintendo Wii. I was so obsessed with the PSP because it was my first experience with gaming, and also I could take it anywhere. When the Wii came out, it was incredible because you could just play with anybody and everybody. You know, my sisters couldn't care less about games, but they loved Just Dance and they loved Mario Kart on the Wii, and so that was really fun to play. The face of gaming has changed quite a bit, and now the focus is more on online multiplayer games or solo gaming. Now the scene is full of people putting on headphones, disconnecting from the world and playing by themselves. I want to bring back this couch co-op, local multiplayer, being in the same room, laughing, crying, yelling at each other, trying to beat each other in games. I want to bring back that type of feel to gaming, which is why I started Matter Games. The idea when it was originally pitched to me was very simple. It was, let's make gaming more connective. Let's bring a room full of people and allow them to all play games together on the same screen in the same game. And let's take it a step further and allow people to connect those games by simply typing in a room code on their phones and make it so everybody can play with just a few clicks. We want to give people another reason to gather and to enjoy games how they're meant to be played, which is together. The problem is, if you want to build a gaming platform, you have to compete with some absolute juggernauts out there like Steam, Xbox, the Nintendo Switch, which is already partially solving the problem that we're going after. And we also don't have hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars to go and fund this idea right off the bat. To give some perspective on how difficult it would be to pull something off, it takes the average indie game developer about 8 months on the low end and 2-3 years on the long end to develop their first game. And that game usually only gets about 400 users, and in order to be profitable you have to have hundreds of thousands of users on your game. We aren't just trying to make one game, but rather an entirely new platform and system of playing games. So the way that companies like Steam and Epic have launched their gaming platforms is by launching them in tandem with other massive titles. So Valve was able to launch Steam because they had traction with games like Counter-Strike, and Epic had Fortnite to help them jumpstart their platform. Now, we have to find our way of jumpstarting Matter without a juggernaut game. And then we have to develop a marketing strategy to get people to use those things. So game developers don't want to come put their game on a new platform unless that platform has a bunch of users, but users don't want to come to a platform that has crappy games. And what it's taken is a lot of faith and courage to just go and start building and creating and hope that little by little we can bring both sides of this marketplace up and have something that is significant. So here's what we've done so far. The first thing that we did is build a website that communicates between your cell phone and the actual website. And then we also built a mobile app that paired to it so that you could download that app and then control the web page using this app. And then the next thing we did is build our very first game using some Unity assets and a lot of their tutorials to kind of figure out how Unity works and develop our very first game. Dallin Bartholomew, who's our developer at the time, cranked that thing out so quickly. He built it in like 2 weeks, I want to say. Once Dallin built all those things, it was my job as the marketing person on the team to go and get the word out and test and see, do people actually like this product that we just spent several weeks or a month building. What I did is I went to the university, BYU, and I went and presented our games to classrooms, and I set up booths, and I shared it on social media and just got hundreds of people playing this game and getting their feedback. But this is where it got a little bit more complicated because we had to build a website that was capable of handling more people coming to the site. And then we also had to build a landing page that gave people instructions, and then a developmental integration page where developers could go and put their Unity games on the Matter platform. And then the way that we built our library is we built a couple of games ourselves, just taking a lot of time. I have no coding background whatsoever, and I built one of our games. It's called Galaxy Pop. It's basically like a local multiplayer Agario. We also hosted 2 different game jams, which is basically, we set a time period. One we did with 24 hours, and the other one we did was 2 weeks, and we had people just go and build games for the Matter platform as quickly and efficiently as they possibly could. And then we picked the very best games from those game jams and we put them on the Matter platform. The way that we motivated people to actually go and participate in those game jams is we had a $1,000 cash prize on one of them, and then on the other, we worked with the university to have people develop for us as a way of getting into their university program. The other way we've gotten game developers on the platform is just by emailing tons and tons and tons of different developers, and that's how we got Beak Blades and Super Slam Dunk, which are probably our currently 2 best games on the platform right now. And then I've done a lot of work doing social media, reaching out to investors. I also moved to New York for about 8 weeks just after getting married to my wife, Katie. I worked with investors and advisors, developed different strategies around getting users. We did get a game called We Tanks that has already done over 10,000 copies sold on other platforms, and they'll be integrating onto the Matter platform by the end of December. 7 games active on the console currently, and we're just continuing to believe that this can be something great. When I was running cross country at BYU, I'd always want to be traveling with an Xbox, so we'd stay places for a long period of time and not be able to be super active. And this is incredible because all you have to do is bring your laptop and connect to your room code with your phone, and then you can play games just like that. So we're incredibly excited about what we're building. We believe this thing. We currently have 7 games that are active on the Matter platform. Go check them out. We think they're super fun. We've heard great things about them, and we hope that you enjoy them as well. One way that we plan to get influencers involved is to sending out these boxes to influencers who we think have a relevant audience, and then inside the box they're going to have a game code with access to some games and also a Matter t-shirt, which we think is pretty cool. Young LA material, and yeah, we're fired up about it. Thanks, guys.